There's a saying in Finland that's been around for a while. Being born in the country is like winning the jackpot. While we have no clue who actually came up with that, what we do know is that it's been named the world's happiest country for the 5th time in a row. In this video, we'll explore why Finland is consistently the happiest country in the world. First up, let's talk about the culture. Whoever came up with the phrase about Finland can now say, "Aha, I told you so," and have every right to be smug about it. So what's the secret behind the country's success, which has found a way to be the most content in the world, despite its 200 days of winter and 2 whole months of little to no sunlight? This might be surprising for some people, maybe even the Finns themselves, despite having a stellar reputation for being emotionless. Maybe that's their secret to being the happiest nation in the entire world. Perhaps downplaying all their emotions all the time absurdly increases their life satisfaction somehow. Reverse psychology, anyone? Have we finally cracked the code to eternal happiness? The people of Finland have a knack for roughing it up in the tough times, which for them means facing the harshness of the weather. But interestingly, this philosophy even has a name, and it's called sisu, and this concept is now at the core of their well-being. Sisu essentially means to persevere, even if the odds are stacked against you, and to view challenges in life as opportunities. Wish someone had told us that before we gave up on learning how to cook. Some sisu in our lives would have been fantastic for some much-needed self-improvement. And they're super proactive. Instead of waiting for the weather to get warmer, like most of us, Finns are extremely proactive when it comes to using their time, and will happily leave their homes to go for a quick jog or a bicycle ride, come rain, snow, or sleet. The idea is to spend time with nature, doing small but sensible activities, and that's what truly keeps the heart healthy and happy. 2 for 1? We'll take it. According to the author of The Finnish Way, journalist Katja Pantsar claims that there's a Finnish saying which goes, "Happiness doesn't come from searching, but by living," and we think that's a beautiful way to put it. For Finns, living with sisu means trekking out in the snow or swimming in the country's natural lakes and sea all year round, even if it's covered in ice. Gotta say, the people of Finland are braver than we could ever hope to be. Swimming in icy lakes during the winter? That's a hard pass from us. Next, roaming the lands for forest therapy. Finland has an abundance of pristine forests and crystal clear lakes, and air that's as clean as it comes, which means incredibly low pollution levels. Sounds like a paradise, right? Well, it gets even better. Finns have a strong sense of belief in the healing power of nature, and believe that spending even a mere 30 minutes outside can have many beneficial factors. Studies have also backed this concept, with time spent in nature being linked to a reduction in both depression and high blood pressure. And now, the great outdoors. Around 75% of the country is covered in forest land, which is also the highest proportion in the world. And forest therapy is a legit thing in Finland. The country legally allows anyone to roam the lands, forests, lakes, and rivers, even if the land comes under private ownership. That also means you could essentially pitch a tent and get your camping fever going on someone else's land, provided you're half a decent human being and don't end up trashing their property or throwing a rager. But something to keep in mind is that while everyone is allowed to forage for wild berries and mushrooms, the rules are not the same for plums or apples. Yes, it's pretty serious. Taking these fruits without permission can definitely cause a dent in the owner's happiness, and you wouldn't want to make anyone unhappy in the happiest country in the world, would you? From kayaking to hiking, camping, and outdoor saunas, the great outdoors in Finland have something for everyone, and with all the refreshing greenery surrounding them, it's no wonder the people are so happy. Now, an early start at happiness. Looks like Finland starts thinking about its citizens at an early age. The country introduced something called baby boxes back in 1938 as a way to tackle the rapidly declining birth rate. But what's interesting to note is that these boxes, which are full of government-distributed packages of clothes, shoes, and other baby items, are still available for new moms today. Basically, if you just had a baby, the government will make sure to send you a cute little care package to say they're thinking of you. So adorable. Additionally, Finns have a super strong sense of community and a safe social net. Their affordable daycare and the emphasis on free, good quality education from elementary school all the way to university make it clear that the quality of life is of great importance to the country's ruling parties. Spending time in nature, walking down down the winding roads in the forest with the birds chirping in the background in a very safe community, one where children can literally walk home if they need to from a very early age, definitely instills a healthy sense of independence in them. Imagine just being able to walk home with all your besties with the most stunning landscapes surrounding you. Next, let's discuss the lack of socioeconomic disparity. Another factor that adds to Finland's happiness index is its sense of equality, which directly translates into lots of opportunities for its citizens, regardless of their socioeconomic background. Surprisingly, Finland has a significant middle class, but very little poverty. Even the upper class or rich in the country would choose to shy away from displaying their wealth. We can't say the same for our celebrities. I mean, we even know the number of carats on Kim Kardashian's wedding ring. Even people on the lower end of the socioeconomic class would get the best in education and healthcare, and no one's left homeless in this gorgeous country. Are you taking notes, America? Up next, the most literate country in the world. Finns are also really passionate about books and love their libraries, and that comes as no surprise, since Finland is also the most literate country in the world. Geez, thanks for making the rest of us look bad. The nation is even opening a library of the future, complete with a cinema, 3D printing facilities, robot librarians, and a VR gaming area among many other cool features. There are also living trees, floor-to-ceiling windows, and state-of-the-art soundproofed music and video production studios. That's all cool, but when can we move in? By investing in the interests of its citizens, giving them space and platforms to develop new opportunities and engage in their interests, the government of Finland has proved that listening and implementing can go a long way. Maybe that's how you get into the top 10 list of the happiest countries in the world. And now, the art of minimalism. The Nordic nation embraced minimalism and sustainability a long time ago, well known to prefer well-made, functional, and utilitarian items that will last longer than our high school crushes. There's even a strong thrift scene in the community, and a designated cleaning day turns the entire country into one giant flea market. This concept of being thoughtful through sustainable consumption is not only great for your budget, but also makes you feel good. In this day and age, being a conscious consumer helps to address some of the many challenges we are facing on a global level. One of these challenges definitely has to do with lack of minimalism, or rather drowning in a sea of things. The consumerist culture of today has most of us leaning towards an unhealthy amount of hoarding. But the Nordic nations have figured this out way better than the rest of us. Eliminating these unnecessary purchases can help feed the soul and make one feel good about the impact they can have on the environment overall. Okay, we'll have to visit our shoe closet after this and maybe reevaluate our relationship with things. Perhaps Marie Kondo visited the nation of Finland before she got us all hooked on the idea of if it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. And finally, everyone's definition of happiness is different. While we can agree on all of the points discussed above, at the end of the day, happiness can be complicated for sure. Different people define happiness in different ways. The same person could be high on one aspect of happiness and low on another. Or maybe we're all just kidding ourselves, and we have no idea what real happiness is. Who knows? Whatever the case is, Finland seems to be doing something right. So we guess we'll just go check when the next flight to Helsinki is. That's a wrap for this video. Do you have any more thoughts about Finland being the happiest country in the world? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.